Good day, cricket fans, and welcome back to the IslandStats.com cricket show. It's Sunday, which means it's time to dive deep into all the action from the local pitches right here in Bermuda. We'll be dissecting the weekend's clashes, celebrating standout performances, and looking ahead to what's next in the 2025 season. Whether you were at the grounds or following online, we've got all the angles covered, so grab your coffee, settle in, and let's talk cricket. Well, good afternoon or evening, and welcome to this edition of the Island Stats Cricket Show. I'm your host, Earl Biston. Joining me is none other than Terry Frey. Frey, welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
Another weekend of cricket. We've had the Western County Cup competition conclude. We've had the First Division 40-over knockout final take place today, and a all-important Premier Division match between Warwick Workman and Cleveland County also take place. But let's start off with obviously the Western County Cup competition, which saw cup holders Warwick Workman, cup holders Somerset Bridge, who had defeated Willowcott in the second round of the competition, take on the challengers Warwick Workman at Whitehill Field. The challengers Warwick Workman, they basically at the end of the day, they defied most of the odds because if given 90 runs in 24 overs to get, Terry, you would honestly think 9 out of 10 teams would get that score, wouldn't you think?
Yeah, definitely. Most definitely. Yeah.
It's strange how what pressure does in different situations the minute something changes. Warwick batted first. They scored 187 with Delray Rollins scoring 33, Zarai Tomlinson scoring 29, Luke Fulton added 32. It was partnerships because at one point in time, Warwick were 3 for 12. And then it was a partnership between Tomlinson and Delray that took them up to 74. That was a 62-run partnership for the fourth wicket. And then there was another partnership, a 49-run partnership between Luke Fulton and Johnny Lee that pushed them up close to the 200 mark where they got the 187. But they went from that 3 for 12 to 4 for 74. And at one point they were 5 for 84 before that knock between Fulton and Dill, helped them out quite a bit. So, it's interesting to see. And then obviously the rain came and it adjusted the score line for Somerset Bridge. And I'm pretty sure they would have been sitting in the pavilion really, really pleased saying, okay, we only have to get to 91 runs in 24 overs. What's that, Frey? What's that? 3 runs and over?
Just 4 runs.
4 runs and over?
Yeah.
4 runs and over. Yeah. Don't need no sixes.
Yeah.
You need a single off of 4 balls in the over, and you're to your mark. But again, it just shows where we struggle as cricketers to understand what that plan could be and did they discuss a plan when the runs were adjusted? Because obviously your batting lineup could change. You know what I mean? In different ways. If you want to try and dash for the runs, and obviously you open up looking like that. But then when wickets start to fall, you have to look to put somebody who's going to be at one end to just stop the run. And that's what Warwick got in Delray and Zarai.
Right.
They got 2 guys that were willing to spend some time, occupy the wicket, take the singles, and then take the boundaries when they were available for them. But it was clear that Somerset Bridge did not have that person to do that for them.
Yeah. So, again, we speak about it every Sunday. It's all about partnerships, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But and you made an interesting point earlier that how quickly things change, and
Mm-hmm.
and we don't adapt. You know what I
Yes,
mean? Even though 90 runs in 24 overs, that's an easy take.
yes,
Be,
yes.
providing that you bat well,
Mm-hmm.
and be cautious. Don't be reckless. You don't need to be reckless.
Right, right.
And just build partnerships without
Mm-hmm.
any major risk if you look at it.
Yeah.
But cricket's a funny game. Like
Uh,
you said, scoreboard pressure.
yeah, yeah.
Uh, it all looks different.
Yes, yeah. So true. So true. Well, congratulations to Warwick
Mm-hmm.
for hanging in there and being crowned the Western County Cup champions. And
Right.
it just makes it interesting for the competition because if you look at it, um, you know, Willicott's held the cup coming into
Mm-hmm.
the season. They beat PHC, and then they lose to Somerset Bridge, and then Somerset Bridge loses to Warwick Workman. So
Mm-hmm.
it's good for the competition because
Yes.
now clubs are getting a taste of holding on to the trophy, even if it is for a matter of weeks.
Right.
The no Warwick will spend the winter, boasting that they are the Western County Cup champions, which they are.
Mm-hmm.
But then when the season starts all over again, their aim will be go through the entire tournament undefeated to be the champions at the end of it again.
Yeah. Yeah. Because it's just as difficult to hold on to that trophy.
Oh boy, is it ever!
Yeah. So the work still got to be put in. Uh, but they have a fairly good team though.
Yes, yes,
Work
yes,
well. Yeah.
yeah,
Very
yeah.
pleased with.
Definitely. And it's interesting. It's interesting that Warwick won yesterday because it would have seen, if they would have lost, Trey Mendes would have been on the losing county cup team in all three counties this
Really.
year. He played for Western Stars.
Mm-hmm.
They lost. He played for Bailey's Bay. They lost. And
Mm-hmm.
had he had lost with Warwick, he would have lost in
Yeah.
all three
That is.
counties.
That's interesting.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure in the back of his mind, if he didn't say it to anybody else, but in the back of his mind, he
Yeah.
would have been sitting there saying, "Oh my gracious,
Yeah. Yeah.
when will my luck change?"
Yes. Yeah, man.
But
But it's
that,
cricket. That is
yeah,
cricket.
and that's what I was just gonna say. That's what the game is about. I
Yeah.
mean, now guess what he does? He comes back with a vengeance,
Mm-hmm.
because he hasn't scored many runs in either game.
Right. Right. Yeah.
So now he puts his head down and he says,
Mm-hmm.
"You know what? I'm not getting out like that now.
Yeah.
I need to put some runs on the board,
Yes.
to put my team in a better position." So,
Yeah, and he's quite capable of doing that because
oh
he's such
yeah,
a talented player.
oh very, very much so. Just having a bad spell.
Well, that's what cricket brings. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You could be on top of the world today,
Mm-hmm.
play that same opposition tomorrow,
That's
same
right.
bowler,
That's
and he
right.
eat one ball, man.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that's
So
how
true.
that's what cricket brings to the table.
That's all it is. Different approach. Different approach.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. So, and then today we saw that the first division knockout 40 over final took place with Southampton Rangers and Devonshire Rack
Mhm.
at the PHC Stadium. Devonshire Rack won the toss and they elected to bat. They would score 176 for 6 in their 40 overs. As we've noted from time to time, Southampton Rangers have been very, very disciplined in Berlin. And again, today you saw that where Dion Stubblefield 8 overs, 33 dot balls, 37 for 2.
Mhm.
Jordan De Silva 8 overs, 36 dot balls, 1 for 17. Mackay Jacobs 6 overs, 21 dot balls, 1 for 25. You had others that gave up. I mean, Dante Bringman 2 overs, 8 dot balls, 9 runs. Those type of things to restrict the made batsmen work for their runs. Treadwell Gibbons 30, Alan Douglas 30, George O'Brien not out 52 off of 55 balls, 5 sixes. But the 5 sixes were 30 runs, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you look at it, 50 balls, he made 22 runs.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So runs weren't easy.
Yeah.
You know, Gerald Simons 27 off of 48 balls. You know, and Treadis 30 came off of 70 balls.
70 balls. Wow.
70 balls.
That's what's going on now. Because he batted well in the Connie game as well.
Yeah,
And long.
Yes. He's obviously spending a lot of time at the wicket.
Yes.
But he's got to make sure that he can keep the scoreboard ticking over just by taking a single here and there.
And carry on too.
Yeah.
You know, he's getting in the 30s and 40s. And he's like one of the leading batsmen, then he has to take the responsibility to bat on.
Yes.
Sometimes, when you're batting, the conditions are not always conducive to score quickly.
Right.
So if that's the case, you want to bat deep.
Right.
Yeah, it's very, very important that especially a senior player like him who has a lot of talent as well, that he continues on.
Yes, definitely. Well, in reply, Southampton Rangers would score 177 for 4 in 30.3 overs. They got 77 not out from captain Dalen Richardson off of 83 balls, 10 fours, 1 6. They got 24 from Arunde Bascom off of 15 balls, 2 fours, 2 sixes. 31 from Dion Stubble off of 43. He and Dalen kind of stabilized things as at one point. Southampton Rangers were 3 for 54, and those two put on a 90-odd run partnership because Dion got out and the score was 146.
Right.
And then Jordan De Silva came in and scored 11 off of 11 to help guide Southampton Rangers to become the first division 40-over knockout champions. In the bowling department, George followed up with a good day. He 8 overs, 2 for 30. Nairobi Carmichael 7 overs, 2 for 41. Pretty much those are the only two that claimed the wickets in the game. So a good day for George O'Brien, but he came out on the wrong side, obviously. And those things happen.
Yeah, but his head is sure of being on the right side.
Oh yes.
Yeah, that's what cricket brings, right?
Yes, indeed.
That's a wonderful sport.
Oh, beautiful. One thing for sure, at the end of the day, somebody's going to be smiling and somebody's not going to be happy. But hey, but that's what it's going to be. Yes, that's what it's all about. What we're going to do is we're going to take our first commercial break, and when we come back, we'll look at the all-important Premier Division match between Warwick and Cleveland County, and we'll be joined hopefully soon after by the president of Warwick Workmen's Club,
Lorenzo.
Lorenzo. No, I just got a message from someone, and I have to. I'm not going to say the person's name, but I'm gonna tell you what they wrote.
Okay.
How do you have a 40-over knockout with a 50-over standings? It's still confusing. Which I was confused as well when they said they're going to have a 40-over knockout in a 50-over league. Hey, listen. Maybe they think the sun's going down a little earlier. I don't know. I don't know. But we'll
leave that for the board.
Thank you very kindly. That's a board question, boss.
Yeah.
We'll have this commercial break and we'll be right back.
You ever crack open a Coke and just perfect?
It's that cold classic hit that never lets you down.
Whether you're chilling with friends or just need a break, you can't go wrong with Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola.
Nothing else compares.
Proudly distributed by Butterfield and Vallis.
Summer is still going strong, and Lindo's Next Level has what you need to make the most of it. From coolers and barbecue gear to beach umbrellas and picnic supplies, you'll find all your summer essentials in one place and in bulk. Whether you're planning one last big bash or a laid-back weekend by the shore, stock up and save upstairs. Lindo's, why go anyplace else?
Beneath the cloud blue sky, where the ocean meets the land, and the long tails fly in Bermuda. Our hearts belong to this beautiful island. As an island, we are strong, proudly Bermudian. In every single way, from the sunrise to the sunset, and every single day, for over 135 years. It's been clear, British silence, proudly Bermudian, bringing us near. Cause we are proudly Bermudian. Digital is proudly Bermudian. Digital is proudly Bermudian.
And welcome back. Well, the Premier Division match between Cleveland County and Warwick Workman was one that Warwick had to win to kind of give themselves a lifeline in staying in the Premier Division. Cleveland County, who have not won a match in the Premier Division this season, have already been relegated. But this match here at Southampton Oval saw Warwick Workman win the toss a day after winning the Western County Cup, and they sent Cleveland County. I don't know why I can't. Cleveland County into bat and build them out for 179. Cleveland County's top scorer, Stephen Bremer Jr., 92.
Wow.
Off of 93 balls, 8 fours, 6 sixes. The only other batsman in double figures for Cleveland County was Mackay Young, and he scored 21 off of 25, 3 fours and 1 6. No one else got across the number 6 as individuals. Look at the extras were 30, 4 byes, 2 leg byes, 18 wides, and 1 new ball and 5 penalty runs. So I guess the penalty runs come from some infringement, but yeah, they got the 30 extras. But you had Shinari Boyles Simons, 5.4 overs, 3 for 31. Kamal Levrock, 2 for 26 from 5, which included a maiden. You had Callum McFarlane, 5 overs, 1 maiden, 2 for 9. And also taking wickets was Stephen Dill and Jelani Richardson. Stephen, who had a good day yesterday with the ball, build 6 overs, 2 maidens, 1 for 15. Very economical, 2.5 economy rate for his overs today. And then in reply, Warwick Workman would score 180 for 5, with Stephen leading the way again, 66 off of 62 balls, 3 fours, 6 sixes. Not to be outdone, Luke Horan was 64 not out, because those two were the only two. And Captain Corey Burgess scored 12, but those 3 were the only 3 batsmen in double figures.
Wow.
Levrock was out without scoring. James McFarlane was out without scoring. Fulton was out for 3. Callum McFarlane was out for 8. And again, Stephen 66 off of 62. Luke Horan 64 not out off of 74, which included 5 fours and 4 sixes. So congratulations to Warwick Workman on that performance.
Definitely.
And we look at the bowling analysis for Cleveland County. You had Keith Worms, 4 overs, 2 for 17. Mackay Young, 10 overs, 1 maiden, 2 for 46. Mackay McGowan, 7.4 overs, none for 62. Qshai Darrell, 7 overs, none for 34. Yeah, the dot rate to their run rate is, McGowan built 26 dot balls but gave up 62 runs. 11 of those wides. Darrell, 26 dot balls, but gave up 34 runs. Young, 43 dot balls, gave up 46 runs. Amari Davis, 8 dot balls, gave up 17 runs. And Keith Worms, 13 dot balls and gave up 17 runs. So they got to try and figure a way. And a lot of people would be focusing on next week's Saturday's match. People would be trying to stake claims to get into the team and so forth. But when you start looking that far ahead, it kind of messes you up on the day, don't you think sometimes?
Oh, yeah, you got to play in the moment. Next week is next week, and if you want to get picked, you surely got to focus on the present.
Yes,
so that you can perform well enough so that you warrant selection. But I mean, when you look at it, they'll struggle the whole season. It's nice to see Bremer make some runs.
Yes.
Too bad he didn't get to that 100. But again, they still got to build. They still, they got some nice little players there, especially the young ones. Amari Davis has a lot of potential.
Yes.
I really, really like him.
Right.
As an all-rounder. Matter of fact, he's in the Freystar program.
Oh, okay, good stuff.
But they have others that are on the fringe as well. McKay's, Trot, and then Koa Lightmore.
Oh, okay.
Those boys are got a lot of potential, and they should be breaking in the team next year. I would think, but they need to stay together. That's key, right? Because when you have an exodus of that many players out of a team like Cleveland, it's seriously going to weaken the program.
Yes.
But just they got to try to find a way to retain players, and then build on that, because a lot of these community clubs, the players move around a lot, man.
Right.
I don't know what they're chasing, but at the end of the day, it hurts the clubs, it hurts the communities.
Yes.
And then you got all the good players going to good teams.
Clubs. Yeah.
And then you only got 3 good teams that are going to compete against each other. Doesn't do anything for the competitiveness with the lower teams.
Right.
But anyhow, that's just my insight. I know I may have gone off.
No. That's a valid point, because you look around and a lot of people. You often hear a lot of people talk about it when they see a homegrown player playing for somebody else and doing really well, while the homegrown club is suffering with having to endure them leaving and whatever the reasons may be, whatever. But when you see somebody out making another club strong while your club's struggling, then it's an issue, and people talk about it a lot. Where's your loyalty to the club that gave you the start and help you get growing and all of that? But hey,
and that's why you find so many teams coming up and then relegated the very next year. Or they come up and they stay 1 year, and then they have the exodus. And then they get relegated. That year. So, but that's something that creates a big problem for even the development stages of our players. Because when you look at the young players coming into senior teams, you need that senior player.
Yes.
That's going to give them good information, and there's no better situation than to learn on the job.
Thank you very kindly.
You can practice all you want, and be coached and get coaching, but it's the execution in game situations.
Game situations make a big difference, mate.
Big
difference. Like you say, you can go train on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and you could have your bowlers running in the bill to you, and you're batting and so forth. But it's training, and you're in your mind, it's training.
Right.
But when it comes to a live situation, when it's a real thing, it's a big difference. How do you handle that? And having a senior player around you to guide you
to guide
it's
you.
a big difference. You know?
And you don't, and not just one senior player is going to be able to do that.
Right,
You need multiple senior players to be in that team to make sure that you get the all-round good advice guidance that you would need.
Right.
One player just can't do that. You know, it's be very difficult for sure.
I smile a lot because our concept of young people watching sports here in Bermuda is totally different from places around the world where we would tell our kids, go play cricket on the side while the game's going on. Where if you go to a stadium somewhere anywhere else, the kids sitting there watching, and basically they're watching how the players are behaving. You're watching how the players are acting. You know what they're doing in warm-ups. So the kids getting a first-hand look at it by watching, not by over the backside. You know, playing cricket. You know what I mean? You know, so I just think we need to kind of refocus our thinking in having our young people, you know, being tuned in what's going on, so you know they could pick up some small tips.
And the important thing too, Earl, is somebody there with them talking through situations as it's happening live.
Yes.
I love doing that. I love having just with me, and we're sitting there and we're talking about who I was batting or who I was bowling and why they're doing certain things. And, you know, it's important that they watch, but it's even more important to have somebody senior there to even, you know, just talk them through certain situations. You know, they have a clear understanding of what's happening and why it's happening. You know?
Yeah, definitely.
Very, very important that they do watch games in real life situations.
Yes, without a doubt.
Real time situations.
Yeah. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our second commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to be joined by the Work Workmen's president, Lorenzo Tucker. We'll be right back.
The pink sands beneath the clear blue sky, where the ocean meets the land, and the long-tails fly in Bermuda. Our hearts belong to this beautiful island. As an island, we are strong, proudly Bermudian. In every single way, from the sunrise to the sunset, and every single day for over 135 years. It's been clear, it's silence, proudly Bermudian, bringing us near. Cause we are proudly Bermudian. Digital is proudly Bermudian. Digital is proudly Bermudian.
You ever crack open a Coke and just perfect?
It's that cold, classic hit that never lets you down.
Whether you're chilling with friends or just need a break, you can't go wrong with Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola.
Nothing else compares.
Proudly distributed by Butterfield and Vallis.
The sun is out and plans are on, but you've still got groceries to get. Let Drop It do the shopping for you. From ice cream to grill supplies, we'll deliver your summer must-haves straight to your door. No lines, no stress, just cold drinks, hot grills, and more time to enjoy the sunshine. Order now at dropit.pm. Summer delivered right to your door. Lindo's, why go anyplace else?
And welcome back, and we welcome in the president of the Work Workmen's Club, Mr. Lorenzo Tucker. Rumi, welcome.
Thank you, Rumi.
All is well.
How you doing, Lorenzo?
How you doing, man?
my roommate from Kenya. We'll leave it like that.
Yeah, we leave it. Many
years, many moons ago.
Yes.
But first of all, Lorenzo, congratulations, work winning Western County yesterday. But obviously, when the weather would have came through, was it a concern now for work? I mean, you're looking at 90 runs, having to stop them from getting 91 in 24 overs. What type of game plan did you guys have to come up with to kind of figure out how to negate what they were trying to do?
Yeah, so basically, it happened to us 2 years ago against Willicots, where we scored 280. Right, 280. We batted brilliantly, and then the rain came, and because the competition rules don't have Dr. Lewis, they have run rate.
Oh,
so they figured out, okay, we got an hour left, which is 12 hours. What work have after 12? Which is crazy, right? So basically, as you know, cricket, we start out slow, and then we accelerate the end. So we scored 280 with a cautious start, keeping wickets in hand, but they actually hurt us by not starting fast. So anyway, we lost to Willicots that year. So it's one of them things. So it happened again this year. We scored 187, and the wicket not coming on, and when the grass is high, no reward for shots. 187 is like 220. So we felt pretty good. Rain came, 91 from 24 is very doable, very, very within Somerset Bridge range. So we're like, you know what? We're gonna put our best foot forward. So what I told the skipper was, I want my best bowlers bowling at their best batsmen, right?
Right.
So we was waiting for Dougie and Bremer to come in, and we was gonna put our best against their best, right?
Right.
So basically, we got a start, and we basically held back Jones and Rollins and Horn. And two of those guys came out, and when they did, Malachi came in and got Dougie for like 8 runs. Good catch by Trey Manders, and then it was on then. But it was an exciting game for the rest of the Cunnings for the final. But it was nerve-wracking all the way through because 90 runs wasn't much to get in 24 overs, I felt.
Yeah. And even when they got to like the 60 mark, with 30 runs still to go, I think they were like 60 for 5 at that time, something like that.
And they still had Bremer betting.
And Bremer was still betting. Yeah. And looking like he wanted to stay for a while.
I spoke to Bremer after the game, and he had it all calculated, rocked out in his head. He was to get it to this. He was trying to get it to 8 runs with the last over. And luckily for us, we got him out before it got to that stage.
Right. And a former player for you, wasn't he?
Yeah, I mean, Bremer's walked through and through, right? He came up now. It's done a big job for Cleveland. They won Eastern Connie.
Yeah.
So that's down there. So, it's good to see Bremer and Cleveland doing well.
Yeah, sure. Terry, you want to jump in?
Yeah, I mean, congratulations, Lorenzo.
Thank you.
Very good, man. Bring back a lot of memories there. World Cup.
Yes.
Walk tall.
Yeah. For good of all mankind.
Huh?
For good of all mankind, walk tall. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so actually, in fact, that's interesting strategy, Lorenzo. It's interesting that you would say that based on history and previous experiences that you guys came up with that strategy, and it makes a lot of sense actually. And it worked in your favor. So well done to that. That's good thinking from coach's point of view. Yeah, and it's good to see that the skipper is carrying out at the execution of the plan.
It actually worked very well. Yes, very pleased to see.
Yeah, well done. I like that.
Yeah. I think the other thing for you was the fact that Stefan and Malachi were able to get into, and even McFarlane. I'm sorry, Luke. He bowled early, and everybody got wickets early, so it kind of put the pressure on Somerset Bridge because the wickets kept falling at different times. And let me take you back. You're at bat, or your team's at bat, and you're 11 for 2, and then 3 for 12.
Yeah, oh boy. See, the wicket wasn't coming on.
Right.
And guys are getting early in the shots. So we lost some early wickets. I mean, we lost Luke Horn to a bowl, a long hop that he was too early on. Tremendous. It was kind of like they didn't figure it out, like too late.
Right.
So we had 11-3 to 78 for 3, I believe. And it was like amazing to us. And I was telling them, just stay there, no rash shots, duck across the line. It's a wicket where you got to grind.
Right.
And instinct is hard to combat.
Mm.
You know, you see a pitch back, you're coming in the back foot, you're gonna pull. It's just kind of like instinct for him. It was so hard to get to 187, and I was pleased we got there. I was really pleased we got that many runs because it was tough. Some of the bridges were up, and as you get a bigger, they got higher, and the crowd was going into it. They battled us through and through. They were really well ordered unit. They was really up to play today. Yesterday, they were good.
But the good thing at that time, when you were 3 for 12, you had two guys that have played not only for Bermuda but also played in the Summer Classic. So challenges where they've already had them for the season, kind of thing. Yeah. So having Zerai and having Delray at the wicket made a big difference. But then you got that later big partnership, that 49-run partnership that kind of took you to the 187. With Johnny and Luke, Fulton. Sorry, Fulton.
Yes, Very great.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what we've been doing this year. It's kind of like, we had starts, I've been shaky, but I mean, experienced Deborah Rollins, and he kind of coached strong and paced the innings and was looking good. Had one that sliced off. He got a good catch by Jason Smith at the end, and was kind of like ebbs and flows. We thought we had it, was be comfortable, and they came right back in the game. And like I said, I was pleased to get to 187. I really was.
Okay.
I really was.
So this Jason took the catch this time.
Yeah, Barnes took the catch down. I'm not getting more than that. But I know you're getting with that, but yeah.
I just said this Jason held on to the
Jason Smith took the catch, yes.
He took the catch.
Yeah.
Good catch.
Yeah. Okay. So and again, like when you guys did have that challenge of not now needing to build them out for that 90, and then the early wicket started falling, and then once you saw the back of Bremer, it was kind of okay. We can now take the rest of these guys, and kind of do away with them, but still they needed 11 runs. They needed 20 runs and 12 balls. It was 2 overs to go. They needed 20 runs, and I was like, okay, if you look at it, it's doable, but you need the proper people at the wicket to try and get it done, or the bowler loses line, his length because that could happen as well. So but we could see the fact that work players kept to the challenge, stuck to the mark, and was able to get across the line. So now you have the winter of being called the Western County Cup champions.
Yeah, it was great. I mean, like I said, once we got to the water break and we had 9 overs left, so we knew who was going to go 9,
right?
And we knew what order they were going to bowl, right? And we didn't want anything to upset that. Like somebody going for a lot of runs, we're going to rethink the plan. And Horton was always going to bowl the last over,
right?
But the burden between Rollins and Jones was exceptional, and put a lot of pressure on them. And once we got Bremer out, then they had the inexperienced guys coming in. Then we just basically crowded them and made them go to the top. And in the end, they couldn't do it. And we held on for 11-run win, which is great for the Western Country to see, because it's a great final. Everybody was excited, and it actually worked out for us in the favor for this year. But 2026, Rangers coming back in, it's going to be even harder. So I'm glad we're champions this year.
Did they do the draw?
No, they don't do the draw at the end like other continents do. So they'll do it at the first AGM meeting for 2026.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But the one thing you're playing the first game.
I'm playing the first game, right? So I can plan for that. Yes, definitely.
Hopefully you can play.
Rotation there with the fields in the Western County. Do they rotate the fields in the Western County competition?
Yeah. So normally we have two fields viable that we use. Well, sorry, 3 fields is PAC, Rangers, and White Hill, and they rotate the clubs. So the clubs will say, like, Warwick have a field. So they say, well, we rather have it at White Hill. And the next round, PAC will say we want to have it.
Okay.
They can choose PAC, or they can choose White Hill or Rangers.
Right.
So it rotates around like that. So I believe, like, this controversy we had this year was Rangers wanted to have it at Rangers. It was their turn to pick. We had a meeting, and it decided for the betterment of the county, let's move it to White Hill, because West County is as you saw, it's getting great. People are there, atmosphere is there, so we try to get one more year at White Hill Field. Rangers didn't agree, pulled out the competition. So next year, if they come back and choose Rangers, then I guess we have it at third. But every club has a choice where they want to host it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good. And then let's turn our attention to today, because obviously you have an all-important match today. A lifeline to stay in the Premier Division. You're playing a team that basically has already been relegated because they haven't won a game in the Premier Division in Cleveland County. But it's funny how, Terry, you have the Western County Cup champions playing the Eastern County Cup holders in a Premier Division match on a Sunday. And again, Warwick would win this by 5 wickets. Obviously, you win the toss and sent them into bet. Now, curious, was it the wicket that got you to send them in, or just you wanted your players out on the field early as opposed to later on?
Right. So it's funny enough, because we won Western County Saturday, right? And you know what they say about joyful nights and sorrowful mornings, right?
Yes.
So basically, we had a discussion about it, and basically it was like, you know what? We wanted to get out there in the field and put some pressure on them, right? To basically kind of avoid the longevity of the game. We wanted to go out there and see what we can do. Cleveland came to play today. We was out in the field for almost 50 overs.
Right.
Cleveland got 92 runs, and they put it to us, right? So that plan of getting in and out backfired.
Yeah.
Okay? And that's what cricket is, right?
Yeah.
So they were like, oh man, they felt fatigued and they were sluggish, and they paid the price. We had to chase 179 runs.
Yeah.
To put it over the line, and Cleveland came to play today and gave us everything we could handle.
Right.
So but being in the end of the day, Stephen Deal, opened the innings, played beautiful. And Luke Horn got 64, Stephen got 66, and took us over the line. Yeah, so that was a really good weekend for Warwick Workmen's Club as far as goes. Like, because normally we're like up and down. Premier first relegated up and down. Now we're up and we're staying up. Consistent. Right? We met that goal, so I'm very excited about the future of Warwick Workmen's cricket. We got like youngsters coming in, and I'm looking forward to next year's Premier League. For 50 overs,
you started your planning for next year already.
Definitely. We're looking at really trying to stabilize ourselves and get ahead of the game and have our planning done early.
Start early.
Well done. Well, looking at today's game, I mean, like you said, Bremer came with a different idea of an early day, but I was noting that only 2 players made it into double figures in the Cleveland inning, with him and Makai Young.
Yes.
Between them, they scored 113 of the 179 runs. But you know what the bigger problem was your actress. You gave up 30.
Again. It was I mean, it was sluggish. It was wide. It was like, going with emotions and fighting through that, right? I mean, your mind could be in and active, but if you don't treat your body right with the right rest, I mean, I'm gonna tell you, the party went long at World Records last night, right? And it was a few players there that should have been there,
right?
Okay? And you're gonna pay for it the next day, right? And it was a cloudy sky today. It was hot,
right? Very hot, very hot.
They firmed. So, hey, Hassel, Cleveland batted almost 50 overs. I take it up. They weren't gonna lay down. Haven't I won a game?
Yeah.
They were up to play today, and I applaud the staff and the coaching staff and the captain for making we're gonna make work earn this, and they did. They definitely did.
Yeah.
Went down fight.
They did. I'm telling you, that's a good unit down there. I mean, they got Connie coming up against St. David's on Saturday.
Yeah.
So Bremer got a good knock in, and Makai Young, and they're ready to go on Saturday. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
Interesting weekend for Stephen Dill, former captain.
Yeah.
He came to the playground both days, yesterday and today, for you.
Yeah, Stephen, he built well on the Coney Cup because that was the problem, right? We were building short, and so we needed somebody to build over. So the skipper Corey Burgess took up the mantle. So he needed a partner. So once Horan and Jones finished, that's 4 of us.
Right.
Out of 24, we needed somebody in the middle to not leak runs, and they built beautiful. Stephen built great.
Right.
And then we brought in, Rollins and Horan in the end to come up. So I spoke to him before the game. He said, "Listen, I want to bet 3 because normally he comes out in the end and just blasts me.
Right.
He said, I want to bet 3 today because this is a big weekend for us, and we didn't have Zerai Thomason,
right?
Because he was kind of burnt out. He needed some rest, so we gave him some rest. He's got a big weekend next weekend as well for Cleveland. So no problem. Skipper, can you fill that role that Zerai plays? Right. So no problem. So I put him in from the start. Power play, likes the ball coming on, give him a chance to be successful, and he betted pretty much all the way through. Brilliant stuff. Brilliant stuff. So I was very pleased that he came in and actually got us over the line today. And once he got in with Horan, the confidence you could see that to take the singles, it was easy for him after a while, right?
Right.
So it was actually see the staffing, he's been playing cricket a lot of years, but he's still a pretty young guy. Like I just laughed at him. He looks like he's ready for Leafroy or something. He's really tight.
It's part of character.
It's a young guy. He's like 35 years old. Anyway, but he played well. He deserved the rest. He played well for me today.
Yeah. Interesting. You say you're ready for getting ready for next season. You've got kind of two young jewels in your clubhouse in Luke Horan and Luke Fulton. You know how the vultures like to fly down and kind of pick from your tree.
Hey, that's what it's a running joke with a couple of my Rangers friends come to me and say, "Hey, what you got at the academy for me?" I'm looking. And it's just such a project. You mean Workman's Club, right? In the cricket scheme of things, it's called a small club.
Yes.
These youngsters, they want success and they want it now. So the big Summers, they want to come calling, and St. George's want to come calling. Rangers have rebuilt that program. They can come calling as well. And they want to play in front of the crowds and they want to get that success they don't feel they can get at work, right? So I get the ambition part of it, right?
Right.
And I'm seeing these guys, coach these guys from young.
Right.
Giving opportunity, training them, getting to where they want to be. So it's kind of disheartening when they leave, but I understand there's a bigger picture involved, right? I mean, I'm lost. Kevin Jarvis, Amari Evans, Dominic Saber, the list is long. Derek Rollins came through there. Dion Stubble came through there. Came to work. Alan Douglas Jr., Chris Douglas, all came to work. So it's just a progression of it. And you know what? I don't really stress it too much like most people do. Next man up. Next opportunity for the next person. So that's always going to happen if we lose anybody in the offseason for bigger and better things that they think they're getting.
Okay.
That's how I look at it. Next man up.
Very good. I like the way you put that. All right. So look, you're in on this here. We're gonna pick the player of the week, and we're gonna let you go first because we know if it's a tie, you're gonna be biased too. So we're gonna let you go first. Let me just stand out performances for the weekend. You had in the obviously Del Rey's innings and being named man of the match at the Western County. His innings and his bowling, 33 runs, and then in the bowling department he took 1 wicket for 17 runs over 4 overs. You had 3 wickets for 20 or off of 5 with 1 maiden at Stephen Dill. Malachi Jones 3 for 16 off of 5. And then today, obviously, you had the likes of Stephen Brimmer scoring 92 off of 93 balls, 8 fours, 6 sixes. In the building department, Kamal Levrock, 2 for 26. Callum McFarlane, 2 for 9. That was in the Cleveland County inning. Stephen Dill scoring 66. Luke Horan 64 not out in the Warwick inning. And then obviously in the 40 over, not 50 over, the 40 over final, knockout final between Devon Chirac and Southampton Rangers, you had 52 not out from George O'Brien over 55 balls. And in the bowling department, you had Allende Bascom 2 for 46, Deion Stovall 2 for 37. And then in the run chase, you had 77 not out from Dalen Richardson off of 83 balls, 10 fours, 1 6. George O'Brien took 2 for 30 off of 8 overs in the inning. So, Mr. President, who stands out for you?
Wow, all good performances. That's fantastic cricket over the weekend. But due to the actual situation and the pressure-packed game where every run and every wicket was so vital, so I'm going to vote for Delroy Rollins' innings of batting and bowling in the Western County Final.
Okay.
Which may not surprise you, but that was a tense game, pressurized performance. It's like it was everybody was watching everybody. The whole crowd was engaged. So for him to come through like that and take us over the line, my vote is for Mr. Rollins.
Okay, I'll go second, Terry, and then you could decide. Because Mr. President might even raise his glasses because I'm going to go with another one of his players, Mr. Stephen Dill.
Okay.
Only because what he was able to do with the ball and bat in yesterday's match, and then today turn around and do something similar and lead your team to victory. He had a good weekend, so that's why I would say Stephen to be the player of the week. Terry?
Yeah, I agree with Stephen. Most definitely.
Okay.
Not dismissing anybody else's performance because it's great to see players perform, over this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
But I would definitely give Stephen the nudge here.
Yes.
And I thought that he done very, very well in both days.
Yes, indeed. He'll be up now. He won't be as old as you thought he was a couple of minutes ago.
How old he said he was?
35.
35.
But it's been around for a long time.
Hey, and Terry, I just laughed him. He looks 45.
We had him in the under 19 program at once, didn't we?
Yes, that's right. Yes.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of cricket.
Yeah, but he's a character, as you said, Terry. He's a character.
Yeah, he's a character.
Yes. So award person still gets the award. Still gets.
No problem with that. No worries.
You take it.
I'll take it. Yes, I will.
All right. Well, again, congratulations.
Yes.
On being crowned the Western County Cup champions, and the fact that you'll be in the Premier Division next year. We look forward to seeing Warwick and their outfit for next season. So, thank you, sir. Terry, thank you. We'll be back next week with the Eastern County Cup finals taking place on Saturday between Cleveland County and St. David's Cricket Club at Lords and St. David's on Saturday, and then we'll be here on Sunday. So we'll hope to get somebody from the winning team from there to join us and talk about that particular match. So, Lorenzo, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks
we will be back next week Sunday with another edition of the Island Stats Cricket Show. Enjoy your night, folks.
Thanks,
guys.
Thank you.